Hi folks, this is Mel Packer. I'm the former Green Party candidate for the U.S. Senate in Pennsylvania. This will be on my final video blog given that I've withdrawn from the race. I'm going to read to you a statement that I just posted on the website explaining what exactly happened and my hopes for the future. When we opened this campaign to try to get my name on the ballot as a Pennsylvania Green Party candidate for the U.S. Senate, we harbored no illusions about the difficulty of this task. We were well aware that obtaining the minimum 19,082 signatures on petitions was difficult enough. Yet we knew that in order to withstand the inevitable challenge from the Democrats, we would need at least 10,000 more than that minimum. Despite the overwhelming odds against achieving this goal, I felt, as did the Green Party and many of you and local supporters, that it was important to offer a real choice to the two major parties, as they both continue to wage policies that continue to bankrupt the workers of this nation, impose wars around the world, and essentially do nothing to solve the many crises facing most of our fellow citizens. While we were successful in gathering enough signatures to become certified by the state of Pennsylvania, we did not have enough above the minimum to survive a challenge that was in fact declared at the very last moment by Joe Sestak, Democratic Party nominee for the U.S. Senate. In fact, Sestak was so frightened of real opposition to his left that would force him to explain how he's doing nothing to aid working people. They had had his high-priced lawyers send all of my petitions off to handwriting experts, as well as close scrutiny done by those lawyers. By August 9th, it became clear that if I defended my petitions against the Sestak challenge instead of withdrawing, I would likely lose and then be faced with as much as $100,000 in a legal judgment for Sestak's legal fees. That's how ballot democracy is practiced in Pennsylvania. The end result, of course, was my withdrawal rather than possibly losing my home and my savings. I don't consider this a defeat for our campaign, nor the ideas I put forward during this attempt to become a candidate. Thanks to the efforts of many of you, hundreds of you, we reached thousands of voters and confirmed what we already knew, that the electorate is sick of the same old stuff. Sick of a government run by thieves, sick of legislative bribery disguised as campaign contributions and lobbying, sick of wars without end, and sick of watching the rich get richer, while mortgage foreclosures increase, layoffs, hunger, and human misery increase. I, and I hope all of you, will continue to wage the battle to create a better world for all of us, a world in which we can all live in peace with justice for all. A world in which democracy exists for all of us and not just the rich. A world in which we can face our children and say, I did not go quietly into the night. I stood proudly against injustice. I refused to support evil. When others around me said we must always choose the lesser of two evils, I instead refused cooperation with that corrupt system. And I instead chose resistance and unity with my fellow abused humans rather than being forced to live on my knees. And I'm proud of myself for doing so. Remember when or if you go to the polls that there are still 6 other Green Party candidates on the ballot in Pennsylvania that deserve your support. They're Ed Bortz for U.S. Congress in District 14, Hugh Giordano, General Assembly District 194, Rex D'Agostino, General Assembly District 183, Jay Sweeney, General Assembly District 111, Ed Bonsell, General Assembly District 53, and Charles Skip Moyer, General Assembly in District 145, and all of them have websites if you can volunteer. And finally, I hope you'll never forget that we'll only all do better when we all do better. It's that simple. And we must make this country work for those who do its work. Again, my thanks to all of you for a great campaign, my fervent hope that you will continue to lead your lives by the words of Dr. Martin Luther King when he said, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter." I'll see you in the streets.